All right, fellow wanderers. So, just wanted to give you a quick update and tell you a little story while I'm at it. Coming into the new year, we're in 2026. So, a few things that we're thinking about, some of the goals we're kind of setting for this year. Not a lot really planned out yet. I mean, we're in the winter, so we'll do a few little hikes probably here in the coming months. Once things warm up, we're going to be either heading to eastern Idaho or northern Idaho, most likely northern Idaho, but we'll kind of see how things go. As far as videos for this year, I'm working through all of our Oregon trip, from going from the eastern side of Oregon, the Idaho border, all the way to the coast, straight through eastern, through central Oregon, all the way to the coast. And it was a full 10-day trip, but it was a blast. We got to see a ton of things. But yeah, those videos are coming this year. So some of it will just be quick picture-based videos set to music. Those will be coming out here the next few weeks. And then the more in-depth videos will be thrown in. Release schedule wise, I'm hoping to do every other week, every other Saturday, but we'll just kind of see how things work out there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. Have a number of things in the works that we're looking at doing, so should be a lot of fun and a lot more adventures. We'll continue having Asa in a lot of these new adventures, and yeah, so we're looking forward to that. As far as stories go, so I hinted at in one of the videos something that happened during our Wallowa, Hells Canyon, Eastern Oregon trip, where we just focused on the Wallowa Enterprise area, primarily Hells Canyon, a portion of it, and starting Baker City, and then looking at the Oregon Trail to start things off, and moving up through that area. And a fantastic trip. In my planning, I had identified going from the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center north to the Hells Canyon Overlook, which we did successfully. But from there, I planned on taking kind of a back road up into a place called Imnaha. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's spelled Imnaha. And from there, you kind of go up into some national forest roads, and there's a number of overlooks that you can reach. There's a 5-mile overlook, Horse Creek Overlook, a place called Granny Point, Viewpoint, I think it is, and then Hat Point Overlook was kind of the final destination. I kind of planned on getting the Hat Point Overlook if possible and camping there overnight in the Pilot. So we made pretty good time to Imnaha on this back road, right along the creek. The road, for the most part, it was all gravel and dirt. So it was kind of slow going. We made pretty good time, given that was the issue that we were encountering, but the road was actually in really good shape. So we got to Imnaha, no problem. Thing was that the sun was starting to get low, and so we had a limited amount of time to work with to kind of get where we needed to go with Hat Point Overlook. And it was National Forest Road, so it was going to be slower. Lots of twists and turns going up into these hills and mountains. And so we're like, okay, well, let's go for it. So we get driving up there. Things are going really well. We get to 5-mile overlook. Beautiful overlook, by the way. That's a gorgeous stop. From there, you kind of get on the backside of the mountains, and you're kind of in between mountains at that point. So you go through there, Horse Creek Overlook. It was all right. we just kind of paused briefly to look because our time was incredibly limited. And we're like, okay, well, let's keep going. And so we start making our way to Granny Viewpoint and then hopefully Hat Point Overlook. But about half a mile past Horse Creek Overlook, notification pops up on the screen, on the dials in front, saying that tire pressure is low on the back left wheel. And I know that's not a good thing. You get on these roads and sometimes just the constant jostling can deplete some of the pressure, but this was more than that. I was pretty positive. I was pretty sure somehow we had a flat. And so I stopped, took a look, and it's leaking air fast. And so Hat Point's out, Granny Viewpoint out. We got to get back to Imnaha at least. Hopefully they have a tire center there, somewhere that we can get a tire fixed. And we're running out of daylight fast as well. So lots of things coming into play on this. So we flip around, tires leaking air pretty substantially, and we just go for it. We're trying to get down the hill because I don't want to put on what we have at the time is a donut, which again, normally these national forest roads aren't a big deal. But so we weren't prepared for this precise situation. Didn't realize that it was going to be this kind of road. And so, yeah, we just start cruising, but tire loses too much air. I stop. We get the donut out, try to inflate the tire, the original tire, just to see if we can get enough in it to make it further without the donut, because the donut's a pain. But it wasn't working. So we throw the donut on, limp down the rest of the National Forest Road back to Imnaha. It is now dark. It's, I don't know what time it was, 10:30, something like that. No tire shops in Imnaha, by the way. There's like a little convenience store with a little restaurant in it. So we get in there, we ask for, options. What options do we have at this point? And they tell us that our best bet is to get to Enterprise. There's a tire shop there. And that is not close. It's going to be probably an hour, probably closer to 2 hours drive. Tire shop's not going to be open. We can't really stay in Imnaha. So we decided we're going to drive. If we find a place to pull over and camp for the night, we will. If not, we'll just figure out something when we get to Joseph or Enterprise, which are really close together. And we're going to be there the next day anyway. So we just kind of escalated things. But we did, driving slowly on the donut, we did get all the way to Joseph and start making our way to Enterprise, still looking for a place to kind of pull off camp for the night. Nothing's really, it's civilized enough that there's not places to really do that, but it's not civilized enough to have readily available. Like there's no hotels available. There's nothing like that available. So we're kind of in a jam. And then I realized, well, we are camping at Wallowa State Campground the following night, which by now it's almost that next day. So let's see if there's any open camping spots there. And we did find one. So we reserved it, went over, got into our camping spot and crashed for the night. And it was about 1 o'clock in the morning by that point. At least we got some sleep, got up the next morning, first thing, with some time to kind of get cleaned up a little bit and drive over to the tire shop just as it opened. They got us in, fixed the flat, and I think they didn't even charge us there for that. Actually, that was the cool thing. They didn't ask us for anything to fix that flat. And so we are really grateful. while we waited for that to get fixed, we found a little restaurant. Let me see if I can look that up real quick. What that restaurant was, because it was Storytime Bakery. So just a little ways away from the tire shop there was Storytime Bakery, and so the Les Schwab Tire Center was where we got our tire fixed. And so just within walking distance easily was Storytime Bakery. They did breakfast, so we went down there and got their breakfast burrito. And it was the best breakfast burrito we've ever had, for one. Two, it was gigantic. So Summer and I, we both just shared a half. And we ordered 2 burritos because we thought we'd eat one, but then we ended up only eating half. So we had an entire burrito left. So to thank the guys for fixing the tire for free, we gave them the breakfast burrito that we had left over that we hadn't touched, and they were really excited about that. So everything worked out. It was chaotic, not what we had hoped, but took some extra time in there. But overall, we were safe, and everything worked out. We had a place to sleep, got the tire fixed. We're back on the road. We got done with everything else we wanted to do there. So made for kind of a crazy evening, but that's just part of the adventure. And while it was hectic during all of that, it all ended up working out. So there's a couple things that we had to kind of scratch off. We weren't sure we were going to get to anyway. So we kind of have some of the built-in safeties that way with our trips that we plan. So overall, everything worked out. Couldn't have been happier. And just you got to kind of take things as they come in a lot of ways with these trips, and know that things are going to happen, and you just kind of make do as best you can. And in this case, everything worked out great for us, and we found a breakfast place that we didn't even plan on visiting, and found the most amazing breakfast we'd had there. So even challenging things that occur on trips like this can result in good things happening. So take them as they come, and just keep working through it, and know that in the end, it's going to be just a blip in the adventure, and it'll be a story that you can tell later on. So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, thanks for joining me. We'll see you more here in 2026 with our Oregon adventure, going from border to border, from east to the coast. And hope you enjoy those videos, and we'll see you again very soon. Thanks. Bye.